Have you considered using texting services to approach sellers? I know you have to pay extra for the skip tracing, but I wonder if it'd be worth it. John, no, I've never done that. But I know people who have. I know a lot of house flippers do that because you know what? House flipping is so dang competitive that mailers don't work anymore. Most of the people that I'm buying property from, this is a hot tip, so listen up, lean in. Most of them are old and don't use technology. Okay. I had one today that said, I don't even know how to take a picture of my contract and text it to you. I'm going to drop it in the mail. Hot tip, hot tip. And how many mailers do you average a month? Are you running your filter once a week and then next week sending mailers and next week running filler? Looks okay. Oh, Rhonda, you may have been the one. I didn't answer somebody's question about do I remail the same people? No, I don't. I have heard people say they've had success raising the price like 5% and then 3 months later they'll send it again. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing that because I'm looking for a situation and a motivated seller. And I have learned over the years that the price is not the primary motivator for people. But when they get an offer, they're like, wow, I didn't know I could sell it. Oh, that looks like a good price. You know what I mean? That the motivation is not about the money. Don't get me wrong, they want the money, but that's not the primary reason they're selling. And I'm mailing 3,000 letters a week personally. I'm personally mailing 3,000 a week in my business. I recommend for beginners, you start with at least 1,000 a week and don't ever stop mailing. And when I was saying that I lined it up in advance, I'm pulling the list. So I'll pull a list that will be enough data for like, let's say a month or six weeks. And then I go ahead and pull all the data. So I pull scrub, price the data, and I upload it to my mailing account. And then I just say, drip out this many per week. Okay. So I'm sending 3,000 a week. I hope that answered that question. All right. Nicholas asks, do you buy landlocked properties? And if so, how do you go about finding the property that has an easement? Oh my gosh, I hate landlocked properties. I wish somebody would tell me how to fix this problem because it's illegal to not have access to a property. So any property owner that owns landlocked should have already taken care of it. But I find that, yes, I get a lot of landlocked properties. Yes, I do take them in and I market them to neighbors, but that's usually the extent of it. I look on the deed to see if there's a right-of-way, and then I look at the neighboring deeds to see if there's a right-of-way. And sometimes I have to look back multiple owners to find the right-of-way. Sometimes it doesn't get translated into the current deed. All right, that's all I see here on this live for questions, but I do have a couple questions right here in my private messages. And y'all, I do check all my private messages, so send me your questions that way if you need to. Okay, so how do I find deals? That's one question. I get that question a lot, and I answer it pretty much the same way. I just say find an area where people desire to buy inexpensive land. Usually I like within proximity to a larger city, but you can also just look for like destinations. So just think about, you know, do you prefer mountainous? Do you prefer farmland? You know, you can kind of pick an area. This works in any state. I do stay away from the non-disclosure states just because I want it to be easy to look up what I need online. I do the whole business virtually. I don't go to the property. I don't go to the courthouse. Now, I have sent a 30-cent check to a courthouse to get a deed before recently, sadly. I try not to work with areas that are not online. So anyway, that's just me. Somebody asked, should I be mailing to multiple counties? And I want to make sure and tell you yes to that. We ideally send to 3 or 4 counties with our each mailer. We spread it out because we're kind of trying to cast a wide net, trying to figure out exactly what area is going to hit, and then we can always go back and mail that area again if we start getting good response. Okay, I think, let me check once Oh, what percent do I get from 3,000 mailers? Oh gosh. I get about one deal for every 1,500 mailers, so I hope that helps. Hope that answers Teresa. All right, good deal. I think I've answered all the questions for now. You know what I love about land flipping is that it produces higher margins than flipping houses for a lot less work and in a lot less time. You're going to have fewer headaches from not having to coordinate contractors or pick out tile or deal with lenders and banks, and you can do it from home. That's what I love about it. You can start it as a side hustle because you can do this in as little as just a few hours a week. Michael, in our course, he just took our course and he's in our coaching, and he said he just closed his first deal. He had $38,000 was the profit. $38,000. It took him just under 4 months to do the deal. And he has 11 more deals in his pipeline that are under contract. And if he closes all of them, he's going to make $500,000 on those 11 contracts. So I'm rooting for you, Michael. I hope it works. You know, anytime I tell somebody I'm in real estate, they naturally start talking about houses or rentals, but there's only really a fraction of people flipping land compared to those flipping houses. And the very best part is when you're dealing in land, you don't have to worry about visiting it or fixing anything. So let me know if you need help getting your land investing business moving forward, and you can do this and I will help you. So just reach out to me by posting a question on this page or send me a private message or just email Chris at landflipping101.com. And thanks for joining me. Bye.